Hi, my name's Stephanie Nipper, and today I want to show you how to spin Cormo from the lock. This is not tail spinning. This is spinning straight just from the lock. It's not, the fleece has not been on a drum carder. It has not been prepared other than I have hand-picked it apart. This is a beautiful Cormo fleece that I purchased from Eagle Bend Alpacas in Burlington, Kentucky. Actually, I only purchased 1 pound of the fleece because it was a little pricey for me right now. But I'm going to show you how to take that gorgeous fleece and turn it into this wool. I want to show you. This is a sample skein I spun up. I haven't set the twist yet. Setting the twist means that you wash your finished yarn and then you let it dry, and in this case I'm going to full it a bit. That means I'm going to do a process that helps to slightly felt it, because what I wanted in this wool, and I'm hoping you can see it all right in there, you see all that texture that's in there, the beautiful texture. It's thick in some places and thin in some places, not like your traditional thick and thin yarn, but you can just see the impact that not combing the locks has on this fleece. And what my ultimate goal is to knit a beautiful snug cowl for the winter. I'm going to leave it in this gorgeous natural color, and then I will knit it up, and when I'm finished I'll put pictures on my blog. So what I did to prepare this fleece for spinning is first I washed it, and I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I'll do another video on that. There are a lot of good videos on washing fleece out there, but I washed it, and then it ends up, after washing, looking a little bit like this. I picked out this piece because I really want you to see this gorgeous crimp in here. Do you see that? Let me try and get this behind my hand so it focuses a little better. See that gorgeous crimp in there? It's not quite focused, but it is beautiful and so soft. It out like this. I'm not straightening everything. For example, I'm keeping, you see this crimp right here? I'm looking at it and I'm deciding, oh, that would add a lot of nice texture into the yarn, so I'm going to leave that. Now, while I'm going through and fluffing it out, I'll come upon little bits of vegetable matter, like this. That's just a little piece of hay or piece of straw that's in there. So I just pick that out. It's no big deal. You're going to have that. You're working with an animal that's been on a farm, so you're going to have little bits of vegetable matter. See that right there? You want to pick that out before you spin. Otherwise, it will get trapped in your fiber and it'll make your finished yarn really itchy. So I just go through, I hand tease it out like this, leaving some locks still in their formation. See the crimp here? I'm leaving those. I'm leaving this little bit here. And then I simply, once I've gone through and I'm going to grab this that I've already prepared, and I've got a nice fluffy cloud here of prepared locks. And I've left a little bit of the lanolin in because I find that it helps the locks sort of grab onto each other. But once I've got a nice fluffy mass of this, I start spinning. Okay, so I'm back, and now I'm going to show you how to take this wonderful, soft, fluffy cloud of fleece and turn it into this yarn. You can see on the bobbin here, you can see the texture already. Now I'm going to, before I get started, I want to tell you about the wheel I'm spinning on. This is a Spinolution Echo, and I've got the art wheel, or the art flyer, attached using a 16-ounce bobbin. I have both a Luette and an Echo spinning wheel, and I have to say, I just got this Spinolution Echo for Mother's Day, and I absolutely love it. I can spin anything on this wheel, and because it has pegs instead of the curved hooks, nothing gets caught on it. I can spin nice chunky yarns, I can spin thin yarns. This wheel does absolutely everything. And it is, excuse my daughter in the background, she's coughing, and this wheel is light enough to be portable. It's not the Mach series, which are more your studio wheels. This is light enough that I can carry it up and down the steps when, so that I can spin wherever my kids are. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I have the whirl set up. Back here is where you adjust which whirl you're going to set it on. I have it adjusted so that it's on the smallest whirl, and I did that because I know I'm going to Navajo ply this single, which means it needs a little bit more twist in it than I would normally put in a single. Okay, if I was going to leave this as a singles, then there would be too much twist in this yarn. With this hand, and with this hand, my back hand, I'm pulling back. And then I'm letting the twist go. I'll even let the twist enter in to my yarn supply. Now you see here, I have a little bit of a chunky piece here. That's okay. I want texture in this yarn. So I'm just gonna pull it back and then let the twist go in. Now you see here's a nice spot right here where I want some gorgeous curl definition. So I'm gonna let that go. So I'm gonna pull, I'm using both hands here. You do it whichever method is more comfortable with you. Again, I've got a nice little bump here. I want that in this yarn. If I was trying to spin a very smooth worsted weight yarn, I would not want this. But for this particular look, the cowl I'm wanting to knit, I want it to have kind of a rustic look. So I'm going to keep this in the natural color, and that's why I want it to have these little bit of lumps and neps and curls. So now you see, I've spun that to the end here, so I'm going to pull this out. I have a little bit of vegetable matter in here. I'm just gonna pick that off. I don't want that in my finished yarn. So I've left this little ending bit out, and all I'm going to do is just pick up a chunk. You don't have to be perfect when spinning this yarn. That's what I love about it. I love that this yarn just kind of does what it wants to do. Look at that, that's my join. Look at that gorgeous, right there. So then I'm just gonna pull along, let it go, pull, let it go. So see, now I'm coming to some of this gorgeous texture, the crimp that I was talking about earlier in this beautiful Cormo fleece. So I'm not gonna pull on it at all. I'm just gonna let the twist go. And look at that. I hope you can see how beautiful that is. Well, it's going. So I'm doing that on purpose. I'm letting, for example, I'm letting this right here, I'm letting that go because I think it's beautiful. Now, those of you who are used to spinning a nice, smooth worsted yarn, you probably would be having a heart attack right about now. And that's, excuse my daughter again, my daughter is autistic, and that's her happy noise. She's bouncing on the couch right now, so she's happy. So if you're on the Echo, it's really easy to treadle. Your legs are spaced out a little bit further than they are on another type of wheel. So it's just a really nice, smooth, treadling action. So what I do is I just can keep this hand steady if I want to, and just draft a little bit forward with my hand here. Or sometimes what I'll do, which I'm not doing much in this video because I don't want to move the camera around, but I sometimes move this, my back hand, I'll sometimes move back with it. See, I'm joining again. Look at that. That makes just a nice, beautiful textural element in my yarn. And this, what I'll do here when I get to a section like this, I'm not sure if it's focused well enough for you to see, but this has some gorgeous crimp and gorgeous definition in this lock. So I know that I want to keep that as it is in my yarn. And how do I know that? It's just a personal decision. It's what I want my yarn to look like. So I know I'm not going to draft back. I'm not going to pull on this one. I'm just going to let the twist go. So watch. I could even just let go, okay? So see what that does? That gives you this beautiful defined section right here, or not defined, but so, and then I'll just let it go onto the wheel, and then I'll continue the way I had been. Here's some more gorgeous curls. I'm gonna let those go softly, and I don't have a death grip on my fiber. It's just really smooth and easy, and I am just spinning. And so it's really, as you can see, it's really easy to just spin from the lock. I think that leaving a little bit of lanolin in when I was processing this fleece, I think that that helped. And in the end, you will have a beautiful rustic looking yarn. So I hope you've enjoyed this presentation, and happy spinning. Thank you.